and it was a lot about like checking your own ego without him, and that's like kind of like it was like a between the lines learning moment for me of how to check myself before I wreck myself kind of deal, and that I need to keep my own bravado, I guess, in check to just connect to everybody else instead of like have everyone have me stand out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a really cool lesson. And like at the end of the workshop, we were all sitting and talking. I was like, guys, like I want to apologize. And I think that like kind of, he probably was like, it felt like he was like, all right, yeah, he gets it. You know, I'm not going to like, you know,
Shame him too bad.
yeah. And then we were talking and it was all cool. But that was a really cool, it was cool he taught us other things like where we should hold our drum based on our body and the size of our drum so that we can play for extended amounts of time without like having the tension hurt us and whatnot. And he's about some cool things like that.
Yeah, man, because some of these things are heavy. I don't like over here. It's kind of out of frame, but you can kind of see a little bit of it right over here. Is a 38-inch round goat hide drum from Fjallvetir Workshop. Now, yeah, like hold that like anywhere above your chest for any length of time, and your arm starts you get wore out. The sucker's heavy. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
So it's like there's plenty of times where I've played it and I'm like, I need to switch hands or I need to like sit down or something because you don't find that sweet spot. It'll fatigue you quickly.
Yeah, and so that was a really he just saw it in your body and he touched like a part of your body and he was like, relax this, bring this down here. He's brilliant. But another thing he said that I thought really really stood out was he said the frame that your drum made out of used to be a tree. That tree died so that you can have a frame for your drum. The animal's hide that creates the hide of your drum, that used to be an animal that had thoughts. It died so that it could become your drum. The sinew that holds the back of your drum, the stick that is your beater, and all of these things used to be alive. Yeah. Respect them so that because now they've died and they've lived and died just so that they can become that thing that you're holding in your hand. Have respect for that piece of
life, really.
Yeah.
Of life. Yeah. It
and,
is.
That's in a sense, would you say that's a form of animism, is your own drum in itself?
Yeah. I mean, that's like one of the things, and it's crazy just getting talks like this is always like, I'm always happy to talk about stuff like this because it is such a soft, I have such a soft spot for it. But it's been like a running, almost every episode in season 5 so far has had some form of discussion with animism surrounding it. But one that sticks out in my mind very clearly was with J.M. Olson of Fjallvetir Workshop. We were talking about the idea of what animism means, and that it's it's not just thinking that casually, right, that sure, I guess everything has spirit, but connecting with spirit that does exist in everything, and realizing that just because this drum is a drum does not take away from. So this is a bison skin drum, right? So the spirit of the bison lives on. The frame is birch. The spirit of the birch lives on. The sinew is deer. There's buckskin. The beater is made from maple. So the spirit of the maple tree. There's horse hair on the tassel. So the spirit of the horse, right? There's a goat skin wrapped around the handle. The spirit of the goat, right? It's not just a drum. It's not just a beater. These are, the life lives on, and their power, their life comes through when we connect with them, when we play with them, when we resonate with them, right?
That shit get you so like oh, like that's so cool, like it's like, oh my god.
That's why I love all of the things that I've had. Like up here is the sound quality is probably shit, but this is bear skin.
Mm-hmm.
This is our ritual. This is a ritual hammer for my tribe because we're the Thunder people, and we, Thor is a big guy for us. So You know, our ritual rattle is shaped like a Paleolithic hammer, but that's bear.
Yeah.
It's power. That's you know, the spirit of the bear goes on with this. It's not like a little soft rattle either. It's like rocks.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. It sounds like rain when you're shaking.
I can hear it. Shake it up a bit. Let me. Oh, a little closer to the mic, maybe. Maybe. I heard it a second ago. Yeah. I'm sorry. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Mm-hmm. This mic is kind of weird, so that yeah.
Yeah, that all of those things that are behind you used to be alive, you know, and
they still have life. That's just it. Their form of life has changed, just like our form of life changes. You know, this physical thing that you and I know each other as and see each other as isn't going to be around forever. Has an expiration date. Doesn't mean that we as ourselves, who we truly are, continue to exist in some shape and form.
Right.
Same with these things. These are all. I don't look at these things as any less alive than me.
Yeah.
Like they have a life. They have a spirit.
Have respect for those things. Don't leave it in
around.
Yeah,
willy-nilly.
Know what you're playing. Oh man.